Hello, today I am making a container to hold all of my creative ideas. I don't think I've ever made something with air dry clay before, so here goes. Hope you're all having a good week. The reason I'm making this container is in 2025, I want to try out lots of different types of craft, just to have a bit more of a play around. Whenever I've got an idea of something I'll make, I'll write it down and pop it in here. I've drawn out the design for the ideas container. I just want to make it into a little bit like of a cauldron shape. So I'm going to do a base, roll out the air dry clay and see how that goes. I've never used it before, so I don't know how easy it's going to be. Some of the ideas that I've got that are going in there will be things like porcelain painting, glass art and crochet. Some of them are more specific, some of them are just sort of an idea. I want to use the colours of the channel, doing some little imprints on the pot as well. I've got these stars, so I don't know if they'll work if I use one of them and pressed it in, whether or not I'd get a star imprint or not. So I'll have to see. Yeah, so I think I'm just going to get going with it, see how it all turns out. This is going to be the base and the lid. I just wanted to pop in here and say that this ideas part didn't go exactly to plan, so just be prepared for a little journey on this video of me trying to rescue it. And also just to let you know, every month I'm going to work on a craft project and pick out a new one when I've finished. I'm going to be uploading every week in 2025 on Sunday evenings, and I'll be creating some short videos as well of art prompts and art supplies I'm using. I'll also be finishing off 365 days of art in 2025. And continuing with 300 days of drawing, the sketchbook ideas and the art supplies boxes. I'm rebranding the channel to Wondera Art, dropping the world, just because there isn't too much world in the art that I'm doing now. So there's lots to come for 2025. If you haven't subscribed yet, please make sure you do so you don't miss out on any new videos. It's quite thick, isn't it? I think I might use that as a base. This is the lid. Just want to create a little bit of a lips. I might just pinch these and roll them up. That's what I wanted. I'll have a little ball. It's not going to come off, so I was going to push it down with this. And now for the middle bit, which you're going to have to roll out. We don't need it that thick. I think that's long enough. I need to get this quite thin. I don't know how it's going to hold together. It might not be as rounded as I hoped for. Oh dear, we are proper stuck down here. Just want it to go around here. It's quite thin so it can't support itself. This is a disaster. What I'm going to need to do is make this thicker. It's far too thin, particularly on that side. It didn't really go to plan making this pot. I wanted to try and make it round, but I wouldn't hold the shape, so the only way I could try and do it was to basically pinch the edges a little bit. So that's what we ended up with, is this. It looks a bit more like a sack. It also took more than 3 days to dry. I've had to put it in the oven. Still don't think it's quite dry in the middle. It has cracked a little bit because of that. It's all a learning experience. I think next time I'm going to need to mould it against something and let it dry. Maybe let the individual parts dry and then stick them together and see if that would work any better. But I think I can still make something of this. I did put the little stars in. You can sort of see them. So I will mark those out with a paint pen as well. But for now, because this is white air dry clay, I'm just going to go straight in with some acrylic paint. This is the stuff that I'm going to use, which is the Art Echo acrylic paint. I think next time I probably could do a lot better, but it's important to show how things in reality do turn out. And I don't just want to chuck it out because I spent ages making this. It's taken like 3 days so far, so I'm carrying on with it. It might need a couple of coats. That is not the colour. Dries quite quick. I've added a bit of white, a bit more of the purple. So let's see if this looks any different. I think I might just go over the ideas bit and then paint it on afterwards when it's dry with some paint pens. So I added even more white to the paint, and now I think that's the colour I was looking for. And then I chose a nice yellow for the lid. I used a white Posca pen just to write ideas again, and I wanted to just have that base layer so that the yellow would pop a little bit more when I put that on. I think adding this outline really made a difference to how this pot looked in the end. I'll just do something with those stars as well, and then probably add a bit of purple on the lid. So I thought it'd be a good idea to add a bit of sparkle to the gloss finish I was doing, so just added some glitter. So you'll have to let me know what you think when you see the final piece, if you thought that was a good idea or not. Sort of happy with this in the end. Made something of nothing. So here it is, the finished ideas, container, pot, bag, sack, whatever we're going to call it. I'm quite happy with how it turned out, considering how much trouble it was at the beginning to try and get it into shape. Let me know if you want me to try and make something else with air dry clay in the future. So I'm just going to add in the ideas that I've collected over the last year. I'm going to pick out January's video. Okay, and it is glass art. Okay, let me know if you've got any ideas for that one for me to do in January. It will be out towards the end of the month. That is it for today's video. As always, thank you very much for watching. I hope you have a good week, and I'll see you all in the next one.